Hello and welcome to this intermediate vinyasa flow. I'm Charlie and I'll be your guide. Let's get started standing. Step the feet together, reach the arms overhead, interlace the fingers and reach up nice and tall, as if you're stretching in both directions. Take a deep breath in here, and with your exhale, bend to the right. Squeeze the legs together and press through the feet to find some stability. And focus on opening the chest. Coming up with an inhale. Exhale, bend to the left this time. Stay nice and strong in the legs. Squeeze the legs together. Press down through the feet, keeping the chest nice and open. And then coming back up, release the arms. Keeping the feet together now, begin to bend the knees, sit the hips down, reach the arms overhead for chair pose. Focus on keeping a slight tuck in the tailbone so you're not coming into a back bend, but rather draw the navel in towards the spine to engage your abdominal muscles. Begin to lift the heels now, challenging the balance a little bit more. Then from here, begin to straighten out the legs. Lower the heels down. And release the arms by your side. We'll take a couple of shoulder rolls to release any tension in the upper body. Then stepping the feet hips width, bring hands to hips. Take an inhale and exhale to fold. Take a hold of opposite elbow for ragdoll. And we'll take some gentle sways from side to side, just letting the body hang out. If the hamstrings are feeling tight, then find a slight bend in the knees. Letting go of the elbows now, bring the fingertips to the mat, bend the knees if you need to. With an inhale, lift the chest halfway. Focus on rolling the shoulders back. With your exhale, round the back and bring the chin to chest, like cat-cow. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, chest open. Exhale, round the back, closing off the chest. A couple more times. Inhale, open. Exhale as you round. Once more like this. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, round the spine, roll shoulders forwards. Then slowly roll all the way up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Step the feet together. Bend the knees and sit back in chair pose. Open the arms out into cactus. And on your inhale, roll the shoulders back, draw the chest forwards. Exhale, bring arms together around the back. Inhale, opening your chest. Exhale, rounding, tucking the tailbone. A couple more times, going at the pace of your own breath, pairing each movement with the breath. Last time now. Beautiful. Come and stand tall, bring hands into prayer. And lifting the right knee, slowly extend the right leg behind you, bringing the body into a T shape for warrior 3. Keeping a slight bend in the grounded leg to help with the balance. And slowly lower the back foot to come to high lunge. Ground down through the feet and reach up with the arms. keeping the front knee stacked over the ankle. Chest nice and open here. Coming into eagle arms now, wrap the right arm over the top of the left, squeezing the arms together, lifting the elbows towards the sky. And shift the weight into the front leg, lift the back foot to come into a warrior 3 variation. Then keeping that back leg lifted, come and stand up, bring the right knee in towards the chest, and cross right leg over top of left. Sit the hips down in your imaginary chair, coming into eagle pose. Press the arms and the legs together here. And release, unwind the arms and the legs. Then bringing hands into prayer, lift the left knee in towards the chest. Slowly straighten the leg back behind you as you come to warrior 3. Finding your stability here on the grounded leg. Keeping the gaze down. Lower the back foot to the mat to come into high lunge. Get grounded through the lower body as you reach up with the arms, opening the chest here. And finding eagle arms again, this time left arm wraps over the top of the right. Begin lifting the elbows up to open the chest, maybe arching back slightly. Now transitioning into the balance. Start by leaning the weight into the front leg as you lift the back foot, finding warrior 3. Bring the left knee in towards the chest and cross the left knee over the right leg, sitting the hips down in eagle pose. Pressing the arms and the legs together very tightly here. And then release, unwind the arms and the legs. On your inhale, raise the arms up. As you exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift the back halfway. Exhale and step back into plank pose. Pressing away from the mat here, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, slow and controlled, lower down to the mat. And bring the forearms to the mat in front of you, aligning the elbows under the shoulders to come into sphinx pose. Focus on rolling the shoulders back, opening the chest towards the front of your mat. Then bringing the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift all the way up into downward facing dog. Taking the next 5 breaths here, pedal out the legs, shift your weight from side to side, finding any movements that allow you to begin loosening off in those tight spaces. Inhale, raise the right leg high, open out the hip. Press down through the hands and the left heel. And step the right foot in between the hands, open out the back foot, and windmill the arms to come up to warrior 2. Keeping the front knee aligned on top of the ankle. Roll the shoulders down the back. Gazing over the right fingertips. Straighten the front leg and flex the foot. Bring hands to prayer and bend the back knee. Begin to sink the hips towards the back foot. Keep pressing through the feet here to keep the legs actively engaged in skandasana. And lower the hands, turn to face the short end of your mat on the left side to find lizard lunge. Keeping the right knee lifted here. Press away from the ground. Open the back foot and windmill the arms to come up to warrior two. Keeping the front knee stacked over the ankle. Reaching the arms away from the body. Rolling the shoulders down the back. And straightening the front leg, flex the foot as you bring hands to prayer. As you bend the right knee, sink the hips towards the right heel for skandasana. Keep pressing through the feet here, let the legs do the work. And lower the hands, turn to face the right side of your mat to come into lizard. Keeping the left knee lifted. Press away from the ground, really strengthening the legs here. And then stepping back to plank pose. Hold for an inhale. Exhale, lift the hips, come back to downward facing dog. Finding any movements that help you reset. And settling in to find stillness now. On your inhale, lift the left leg high, open out the hip. Pressing down through the right heel to strengthen the back of the right leg. Slowly step left foot in between the hands, lower the back knee down, and reach the arms up to come to low lunge. Bring the hands together in prayer, and bend the elbows to bring the hands to the back of the neck or the space between the shoulder blades, encouraging the chest to open. Bring the hands down to the mat, tuck the back toes and lift the knee, and open out your back foot. Keep the left hand on the mat, reach the right arm up to come into side angle. Focus on keeping the chest nice and open. Front knee stacked on top of the ankle. Option to stay here, option to come into a bind. Left arm reaches under the left leg and the right arm reaches around the back, bringing the hands together. If you're in the bind, roll the shoulders back, squeeze shoulder blades together. Releasing the bind now if you're there, come back through side angle. Lower the right hand down. And step the left foot back into plank pose. Lift the hips high for down dog. Pedal out the legs. Find any of those movements that help you release tension and reset. Then lifting the right leg high, open out the hip. Press down through the left heel to find a deep stretch in the left hamstrings. And stepping the right foot forwards, lower the back knee down. Reach the arms up for low lunge. Bring the hands together in prayer. Then bend the elbows, bring the hands to the back of the neck or the space between the shoulder blades. Encouraging the chest to open as the hips sink down and forwards. Lower the hands to the mat. Tuck the back toes as you lift the knee and open out the back foot. Keep the right hand on the mat, reach the left arm up, opening the chest to the left side of the room. And again, you have the option to stay here. If you'd like to join me and come to the bind, reach the right arm under the right leg and the left arm around the back. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze shoulder blades together, and see if you can bring the hands to touch. It's okay if they don't. Just go to wherever feels accessible. Then releasing, lower the left hand down. And then we'll shift onto skandasana now. Starting on the right side with the left leg straight. Hands in prayer. And begin to press through your right foot as you straighten the right leg, bend the left. Shifting to the left side of the mat. We'll take this a couple more times. Press through the left foot as you straighten the leg and bend the right. Trying to keep the body as low as you can when you transition. Then we'll shift over to the left, straightening out the right leg now. And shifting over to the right once more. Then straightening out both legs now. Edge the feet in a little bit closer to come into a straddle stance. Bring the hands to the hips. And then we'll fold forwards here. Hands can stay on hips, or you can reach to take a hold of the mat or your ankles. Spread your weight evenly through the feet. Draw your chin in towards your chest to lengthen the back of the neck. Reach to take a hold of the right ankle with the left hand. And then reach the right arm up to the sky, twisting open. Press down through your feet to find stability in the twist. Focus on rolling right shoulder back, open the chest. And then we'll take this to the second side. So right hand takes a hold of left ankle as the left arm reaches up, twisting open. Rolling the left shoulder back to invite the chest to open and deepen the twist. And then release, bring the hands back through center. Come and stand all the way up. And turn the toes out 45 degrees. Bend the knees and sit the hips down in goddess pose. Holding it here for one more deep breath in and a long breath out. And then slowly lift the hips, straighten the legs. Step the feet together. Pedal out the legs if they're feeling a little bit tired. Then bringing the right foot to the inside of the right thigh or below the knee, the lower leg. Bring the hands together in prayer for tree pose. Rooting down through the grounded foot, lifting up from the crown of your head. Staying for one more breath. And then release the foot. And we'll come into the second side. Bringing left foot to the inside of the right thigh or just below the knee. And bringing hands back to prayer. Take a moment to find a stable ground. Focus on standing up nice and tall. Breathing steady. Taking your final breath here. With your exhale, release the foot. And stepping to the top of your mat. On an inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the back. Exhale, step back into plank pose. Lower the knees down to find tabletop. And sit the hips back to the heels. Rest the forehead on the mat and reach the arms either side the body for child's pose. Our final pose of the practice. Begin to deepen your breath. And invite your body to soften into the ground. Allow the mat beneath you to completely support the weight of your body. Lengthening your inhale now. And deepening your exhale. With each exhale, let go another layer of tension. Come up into a kneeling position and rest the hands on your thighs. Roll the shoulders back, sitting up nice and tall. Taking a few final grounding breaths here. Taking in the effects of the practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.